It's a great pleasure, a great honor to be here. I'm especially looking forward to the discussions and some of the results of this workshop. I can't stay for the whole thing, but my colleague, Julie Bernard from the Embassy, will be staying on and will give me a full debrief on the results of this important workshop. I want to begin by, first of all, thanking the organizers from the Institute for Climate and Sustainable Cities. It looks to be a great program, great work. So, Kairos de la Cruz and your colleague Renato Constantino, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to work with you. Mr. President, Mr. Calora, thank you very much for your warm welcome here at the university. It's been great. I want to thank you, your colleague, the Vice President, Mr. Lorien, as well as the governor, through you, Noel, please extend my best wishes again. I met the governor yesterday. Thank him for sending you and for your support for this. It's again, a great honor and a privilege to be here. The scientific evidence is very clear. Climate change is one of the greatest threats of our time. And many of you know that Canada is known as being a bit of a cold country. We have winter 11 months a year, and the other month is when the bugs come out. Not quite that bad. We have wonderful summers and stuff. But you'd think Canada would welcome climate change because it means warmer weather, our beaches will be wonderful, everybody will come for tourism. But the reality is that climate change is not predictable. And it is changing weather patterns everywhere in the world. So you would think it's about a matter of becoming hotter, the ice floes melting, seas rising. Yes, that's happening. That's what we're predicting. But we are seeing changes in Canada. We're seeing changes in the Philippines in the little time that I've been here in traditional weather patterns. And this has a serious impact on people's ability to produce food, for example. Just one quick example. I come from an area south of Montreal. It's one of the biggest apple producing areas in Canada. And I'll do a little bit of promotion. We make a wonderful ice apple wine, and it's fantastic. It's an apple cider, so please buy it. But a couple of years ago, almost the whole apple crop was wiped out. And what happened was in April, the weather went to 20 degrees, unheard of in Canada in April. 20 degrees for like 2 weeks. So what happened? All the apple blossoms came out. And at the end of April, 2 weeks later, freezing temperatures. So, many of the buds that year were killed. So this is what people have to prepare for and adapt for. What is the world doing? What is Canada doing? Well, I think we can't underestimate the importance of the Paris Agreement, which was agreed on in December. 195 countries adopted the Paris Agreement, in November. It was a very important moment for Canada. My Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, who, if you haven't seen pictures of him, he's a very handsome guy. Many people say I look like his older brother. Maybe. After they've had some ice wine, they think that. But our Prime Minister had just been elected. He went to Turkey, where I welcomed him. It was an important G20 meeting. They actually talked about climate change at the G20 meeting. And then, as you know, he flew from Turkey to the APEC meeting here in Manila. And he was the rock star at the Manila APEC meeting, as you know. But it's not just about him and his good looks. He actually has made substantial differences in our policies. And one of the first steps he did was to say that we would sign the Paris Agreement, and we did. And we ratified late last year, and our ratification triggered the entry into force of the Paris Agreement. Just that was coincidence, but you needed a number of countries ratifying, which represented the largest countries contributing to carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So this was a very, very important step. we're working, and the announcements that the Prime Minister made in Paris and then again were made in Marrakesh at a follow-up meeting was that we recognize that we have to do a lot in